Okay, so in this blank here, the electrons are arranged in electron shells. Now there is actually some rules as to arranging the electrons in electron shells, okay? So the rule is this. In the first electron shell, you can only have a maximum of 2 electrons. After that, you can have 8 maximum, and the third shell you can also have 8 maximum. Okay, so let's look at an example. Let's look at lithium again. So we are going to decide how do we arrange the electrons inside lithium. But of course, our first question will be then how many electrons there are inside lithium, right? So based on this tile, you should be able to know how to find out the number of electrons. Okay, so if we recall, the number on the top represents the proton number, and in every element, right, in every atom, the number of protons equals the number of electrons. So if the number of protons is 3, so in lithium, there will also be 3 electrons. So now our question is, how do we arrange these 3 electrons inside the electron shells of lithium? So this is where we learn how to draw the electronic configuration. The first step is always to write the chemical symbol in the middle. Okay, after that we start drawing the electron shells. So in this first shell, you can hold a maximum of 2 electrons, right? So we put 1, 2. Are we done yet? No, because we know that there are a total of 3 electrons. So far we've only put 2 electrons. Where does the last electron go? There's no more space on the first electron shell, so the last electron will just go to the second electron shell. And we are done. Okay, so when the question asks you to draw the electronic configuration, make sure you draw it this way. When it comes to writing the electronic configuration, then it's much easier. All you have to do is to state the number of electrons in each shell. So the first number will be the number of electrons in the first shell, and then this second number will be the number of electrons in the second shell. If you have a third shell, then you are also going to put like that. Right? If there's a third shell, then we are going to put another comma, and then we'll write down the number of electrons in the last shell. Okay, so it's not very difficult. Let's try some examples. Okay, let's try for fluorine. Okay, fluorine has this information. When we want to write and draw the electronic configuration, we need to figure out first how many electrons there are. Okay, so over here, we look at the top number. The top number represents the proton number. So as indicated, there is 9 protons. So in an atom, the number of protons equals number of electrons. Hence, we know that fluorine also has 9 electrons. So now our question is, how do we arrange these 9 electrons inside the fluorine atom? Okay, so first step, we will write the chemical symbol. So it's F, fluorine. Okay, let's draw the first electron shell. In this first electron shell, I can only hold a maximum of 2 electrons. Okay, so I'm going to write 2, first electron shell. Okay, if we write 2 already, there are a total of 7 electrons left. Where do these 7 electrons go to? They can't squeeze into the first electron shell, so we will need to have a second electron shell. Okay, in this electron shell, we can hold a maximum of 8. So all the 7 electrons can just happily squeeze here. Okay, so in the second electron shell, there are 7 electrons. Okay, and are we done? Let's check. How many electrons have we drawn in total? We have drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so we have accounted for all 9 of these electrons. Okay, so remember when you write the electronic configuration, we are just indicating the number of electrons in each shell.